All right, welcome everybody to the ERP Go ePOD and our Klipboard notifications webinar. We're hosted by myself, Francois Keelan. I'm the Senior Pre-Sales Consultant for ERP Go, and then we'll have Rachel, Head of our product, coming in later in the webinar to talk to you about any future developments that's happening with ePOD. What is ePOD? Now, it's electronic proof of delivery for our customers that they can, or the drivers, that they can go take any form of electronic signatures at the point of delivery. It is compatible with our Android and iOS operating systems. And this also works in conjunction with our delivery manifest module within ERP Go. What does it do? It allows a user to upload any manifest that is created in the delivery manifest module onto the app. The driver can then optionally select the order they wish to drop the goods after confirmation of the manifest within the app. And it will allow them to also view all transactional information like parts, quantities, contact name, etc. through the mobile app. The driver can also then take signatures, take pictures, takes notes with any of the deliveries that they drop for the customer. And they can also give reasons why, if it was partially dropped or if it was undelivered within the driver's app. Where does that all then integrate to within the ERP Go system? It goes straight back to the delivery manifest module, and it's automatically updates through the application. This then allows you to see real-time status updates with regards to the ERP Go system and the ePOD drivers app. What are the benefits? It means that you get real-time signature capturing of images, which then automatically, it's date and time stamped. It's updated automatically back to the ERP while the driver is still driving. And it just means that it's in real time. Now, what are we talking about with regards to ERP Go with ePOD drivers app and then our Klipboard notifications? What this allows us to do is purely go in and fight a challenge that everybody's got within their current business. What is that challenge? The hidden cost of delivery silence. Your customer shouldn't wonder where their order is at all. If you get a lot of phone calls to say, where's my order? That means there's a gap in communication. It just drains the staff with unnecessary phone calls. And it means at the end of the day, you're losing trust with your customers because you cannot deliver. If you're struggling with the following, you've got stressed or unhappy customers because of their deliveries, they don't get any updates. You're getting flooded with where's my order, which just overwhelms your current staff. There's difficulty managing and communicating delivery delays or discrepancies. Or there's a lack of visibility into real-time delivery progress. Then Klipboard notification can answer and solve all these problems. It just means that our software is flexible and empowers you to keep your customers informed with every step of the way. How does that work with ERP Go and the drivers app? Purely means that you take your order in through the ERP system. And then what that does is it can then trigger a notification through our notifications module to physically push that through to your customer, either via email or SMS, to tell them that their order has been created. In the same breath, we can then push that order to the driver's app through our delivery manifest module. What that will then do is, as well, at every stage of what that delivery is at, we can then forward that on to, through our notifications, to your customer, yet again via email or SMS. And those statuses gets updated live through the app. So as it updates through the app, it updates in the system, and then it triggers the relevant notification. And then you can see what the notification then will do. What are the benefits of Klipboard notifications? It means your customers are informed every step of the way. It rebuilds that customer loyalty. It reduces support costs, that your staff doesn't go and manage that "where's my order" all the time. They can focus on other sides of the business of what they should be doing. You meet the customers where they are, so they get email notifications, SMS notifications. We've got web portals, and it could also integrate into your own platform if need be. And it's tailored to your business, so you can configure the notifications to match your service levels and how you commit to your customers. It's more than just a physical software solution. It is a pure strategic advantage for yourselves. How does that then work from the Klipboard notification side? The ERP Go will push the information into Klipboard notifications as almost like a consignment stock. You can see then the orders will then sit on screen as shown here. You will then be allowed to set up your own templates for customizing your emails. Same to do with the text messages. And then also, when does it need to trigger, so that it knows when to send what and when. And these are the type of emails that your customers might receive due to the setups that you've done. Now, how does that all work in the environment? So let's go through a video that actually showcases this. This is a pre-recording that I've done, so just to showcase every single step of the way of what it would be like. And we can then go and play that through. Hi everyone, welcome to an overview of Klipboard notifications with our ePOD application and our ERP Go software. In this demonstration, I'm going to showcase how the three integrate with one another. And I'll be doing a couple of statuses where your order has been received. It's then confirmed for delivery. It's out for delivery. It's then delivered. And with that, I'll also do a partial delivery so that you can see how the notifications will notify your customers with regards to each step of the way. But firstly, we need to go and load a couple of orders. So we're going to go into our processing and our sales orders module, and we'll be loading the two orders. So I'm going to go create a new order. And I'm just going to do one of my products. Process that. You can still send a manual confirmation to your customer if you want to, but now we can trigger that from our Klipboard notifications. And create another one. So the one I'm going to complete in full, and the other one I will be doing a partial delivery. So the one I'll just do a different quantity. Once that is done, both my orders will then sit on screen as 259, 2359, and 2360. So they've now been created. So I should get a notification that my order has been created, and there it comes through. So if I then go and show my email to you, there you can see sales order 2359 has just come through. And I can also see 2360 has also just come through. So both orders have been created, and it tells you your order has been created from the templates that we create in our Klipboard notifications, and they are fully customizable. The next step is we need to then earmark them for delivery. So in other words, we can then push them across to our delivery manifest. Now I can do multi-select and do it for both. So yet again, we can highlight both, and they could go on the same vehicle. We can then go and highlight that to say, okay, right, we're going to use the van. We can go and pre-populate the vehicle that we're doing, and we can pre-populate the quantity. And within our system, it shows you nice the load of what you've loaded onto that van. Now, I can generate the manifest, and these are just warnings if you haven't printed off your paperwork. So, but we can continue. Now it says waiting. Our Klipboard notifications won't do anything on this regard because it's just a pending status. Somebody on who's going to manage your vehicles, who's doing your stock controller, whoever's going to manage the deliveries on your end will then physically confirm it out for delivery because they can still pre-plan at this stage. If we go into that manifest, you will then see that it still says waiting on both orders, and you can move the drops up and down within our system so that that actually gets pulled through to the driver's app. Now, our ePOD app, the driver can select which one he wants to do first. We can override that within the app because they might know the route better, and also there might be roadworks. But this is at least the start. But now we've got to confirm the delivery that it's now going out. So we can confirm the delivery so that the ePOD driver's app can physically pick it up. And as soon as we go and change the status, you will then see that it says confirmed on there, and that should then trigger another notification. And once that is done, you can now see, just going to show you the one that you can then see. There we go. There I've received the notification to say, hey, SAL 2359 is now confirmed for delivery. So these are the type of notifications your customers will receive via your template, and you can then decide what to do with it from there. Or they can then decide. The other side of that is now I've got to pick it up from the mobile app. So now I can go and share my mobile screen where I can show you what that then does from the app side. So they can, the driver will now log in with their mobile device. And this is iOS and Android compatible. It remembers my previous vehicle that I've done. I can free type it in if I want to, but I'm just going to keep it there because it is GJ21FKL. I can then go and say which branch I am driving from. So in this case, I'm doing it from branch 1. And then it will pick up my 2 drops. And with my 2 drops, I can confirm that manifest. And as soon as I confirm, now you'll notice on screen that the driver's status, or that status for that vehicle, has gone out for delivery. And that applies to the orders as well, which it then triggers another notification to your customer to say it's now out for delivery. And true as it says, here I got a notification, and there we go. You can now see that it's your order is out for delivery. We're happy to let you know your order is out for delivery. And like I mentioned, this is a pure standard template that we've designed. You can design your own, and the driver can then continue with their drop. So I'm going to showcase the one. Don't have to show you 2 emails every single time. However, it's out for delivery, and we now need to complete. So let's complete the one as standard. So I can then say start. As soon as I start, you can then physically see that I can switch on my location services. I can also then go and complete the drop because now I've stopped at the customer, I've loaded off the van, and I can now go and complete the drop. And the beauty with this as well is now we can take images, we can take customer signature, and we can also take additional notes. Now we're going to complete this as a complete drop. So we're going to take an image. So with this image, you might see now an endless photo because I'm just going to take a photo of the screen. You can now see how it goes all tied together. So I am literally just going to go take an image now. And there you can see I've captured the image and it puts it at the bottom left. We can take multiple images per drop. It doesn't have to be just one. I can then put in a special note. Customer wants more product. I can then take a signature. Sign now, and here's the customer that does. It's Mr. First Floor. See it again, I can then take a signature on the road, no problem. And as soon as I hit complete, that will update within the system as well. And I can then move on to my next drop as a driver. However, that one now needs to trigger another notification to say, tell the customer my delivery is complete. If I go into that manifest, I can see it's delivered, but the other one's still ready to go. If I then go and check my notifications, I've received an email to state that, hey, your order has been delivered. Here we go is the next one. So now you can see, we're happy to know that your order has been delivered. And if you have any questions about your delivery, you can even put in some contact details so that your customer can give you a call if there was any issues. The other side of this is we can now go and do the next one. So we were going to do a partial drop. We do the same exact method. We go click on start the drop. Location services is off on my phone. So I can then complete the drop. You can either do undelivered, that'll just do it and return back to the hub or the yard or the store, wherever the vehicle has come from. But we're going to complete because we're doing a partial drop. So maybe one of these bags of cement that I'm trying to deliver has torn. So now I'm going to go tap on the first law order advice. I can then go and tap how many I'm dropping off. So in this case, I am just going to put in my quantity. And then it needs a reason. And in this case, I can set up these reason codes within the system. I can then say it's damaged, and I can then save that onto it. Now you'll see it's going brown instead of like a brown orange instead of green. Yet again, I've taken another image of said broken cement bag. Do that again. Just continues and goes. And now, yet again, customer can sign that he can see the bag's been torn and you've taken a note of it. And now complete this one. And if you look at the screen, once it's all done, that will all status will also update to partial or non-partial. And yet again, we need to trigger another notification for that to show them that there's a partial delivery. So if I go and refresh the screen over here, now you'll see it's partial delivery and it's triggered another email. So I can then go and showcase that. Now it says sales reference 360 and its sales reference 360 is partially delivered, where we can then see your order has been partially delivered. Yet again, contact number, details, all through that. We do the same for a failed delivery as well, where we send you one that just changes the header and whatever's in the email body. And you can also track and trace that back. If they need to have a proof of delivery from there, we can also preview that and send it off to them with the image, signature, and the notification or notes that you've taken. And similarly with a partial, it does exactly the same. Now they can see what they've received and what they've signed for. And that's how our Klipboard notifications integrates with the ERP Go software and works in conjunction with our drivers app called ePOD. So that can now showcase how that all integrates and work together. So what is next for ePOD? And this is where Rachel, my colleague, will then take over. She's the head of our products for the mobile apps. So thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Francois. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so before we jump into sort of what's next with ePOD, I thought I'd just do a bit of a quick introduction. So I'm Rachel Marchant. I look after a suite of 6 mobile applications across Klipboard, which are often referred to as our eApps. The apps are an extension of our ERP capability, and they're tailored to support end-to-end warehouse operations, sales processes, and also our proof of delivery, which is our ePOD application that we've just been through. So Francois has sort of taken us through ePOD, how it works and how it enables Klipboard notifications. So today my aim really was just to spend a few minutes just to share some of the upcoming changes that we've got planned for ePOD, and also some sort of like new product capabilities that we're exploring and are in our kind of product development roadmap. Next slide, please, Francois. Thank you. So one of our key focus areas for ePOD, but across our sort of like mobile portfolio suite, is our user interface upgrade that we're currently working on. So for our users, we know every second counts. So the goal here really is to make sure that the apps are faster to use, easier to understand, and more intuitive, and making sure that they're working for our real world environments and all of the tasks that we need to do. So ePOD is the first application currently undergoing the refresh, and that's going to be followed by our other warehouse applications as well. So ePick, eReceipts, and eStockCheck. And these are going to be covering Android and iOS to ensure that our customers have a consistent, modern, consistent experience across all devices. So building on that, what I've got here is some screen designs to show you a little bit of a sneak peek, I guess, as to what I'm talking about when I mean, user interface kind of upgrade. And you can see that the screens look quite different to the screens that Francois just showed you. So the color palette has been updated, and this is now aligning to our new Klipboard branding that we have across the board, and it's using our new UX design system. So it's really going to help to create a consistent experience across all of our Klipboard products, so not just e-apps, but the whole product ecosystem as we move forwards. And the upgrade will include all of the good features that you have in ePOD today, but with cleaner, crisper workflows. And I've included a few examples of what some of the screens will look like in there for you. So this is currently in development, as I say, and it's going to be released as part of an ePOD feature release, which is due later this year. So another area that we're actively exploring at the moment that I'd like to share with you is payment on delivery. So this is actually in what we would call product discovery phase. So what you're seeing here is some early screen designs and concepts that are going to support sort of additional discussions and help us to get some feedback. So what we're looking at here is how we can better support different payment methods at point of delivery. So obviously payment may have been taken before the delivery takes place. So this is when you're actually got the driver, they've gone out to deliver the goods. So it's looking at the use cases there to see if we can streamline options there for when they could take payment. So it's identifying when payment is required and essentially giving more flexible ways to take that payment. So a few of the things that we're looking at is cash payment workflows, so extending the capability there to enable the driver to log the cash payments that have been taken through and help with any change that's needed. Also pay by link, where we have capabilities already, where we've got payment links going out to customers in advance. If they haven't been paid yet, we can surface that QR code, that link, to the driver and facilitate that conversation and the taking of payment. And then we're also exploring kind of a pay by card, a tap to pay, and seeing how that could be useful for our drivers and for our customers moving forwards. So I'm sort of showcasing some of this today off the back of this webinar, basically to reach out and say that, if payment on delivery is something that would be useful for you, you'd like to discuss further, then please get in touch and we'll include you as part of the product discovery process. So that brings us to the end of today's session. So thanks for Francois for obviously giving us a sort of overview of ePOD and the notifications. Just like to finish by thanking you all for your time. I really appreciate that today. And then we'll just move over to any questions that we may have had into the chat. Okay, you've just had one come in, and it's probably for you, Francois, if you're okay to answer this one. And so the question is, are the notifications sent in real time?
The answer to that is yes, in a way. It has a slight delay because obviously it's got to push the message straight through to the different applications that runs it, but there's a max between 1 to 5 minute delay with that. And in real time, that is very short because by the time the driver picks it up, the notification has already been sent, and I'm pretty sure you don't deliver just 5 minutes away from the door.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And we've got another question as well. Can notifications be sent via both SMS and email?
Yes, that is correct.
Perfect. Thank you. Just check to see if there's any more coming in. Obviously, if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask, please feel free to reach out after this webinar. It's perfectly fine. And if you'd like to find out additional information or book with us, please use the QR code. Just like to thank everyone for their time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.